Hello friends and foes, my name's DeadZedje. Welcome to today's video, where I'm going to try and survive day one in vain. Before we get straight into the action, I will just sort of go through my settings. If you're not interested in the character creation and the world settings that I'm going to use, then use the chapters down below. I will have made it so that you could skip straight ahead to the action if that's where you want to start things off. Right, in terms of setting up my world and the way that I like to play Vane, I typically like to go for very hard with some tweaks, and there is some rationale to some of my tweaks. I'm happy with sort of base damage, all of that sort of stuff. I don't want respawn on. We do want permadeath on, and I usually play Iron Man, but when I'm doing this for like a Let's Play, I need to be able to sort of save and access my saved files. And if I go into something else, the overwrites override each other. So I can't really use Iron Man, unfortunately. But when I die, I die. This will be over. Items respawn. We don't want items respawning. We'll go with less loot. We'll start off in spring. I do want to start off with a little bit of power and water, so they'll go off within the first week. Headshots only, no. We'll go spawn count multiplier. Let's whap that up to 3. And then I'm pretty happy with kind of all the other damage, speed multipliers, stuff like that. That's stuff that I'll leave alone. We want to make sure that we've got hordes. Zombies can climb, yes. Always zombify, no. Once this save is done, once my character is gone, this world will go. So there's not really much point in me having to always zombify. So yeah, I think we're pretty much ready. The reason why I go for this is I like high pop. That means that we'll get lots of combat going on. I don't want anything to respawn, because even though we're playing the demo map at the moment, as soon as early access comes out, we'll be able to branch out wider than Champlain Valley. This will be a good basis for us to start from. And now we get to do our character creation, right? In terms of name, I'm going to go for Atom. Not spelt like that, though. We could do with a capital at the start. And yes, male is fine. I quite like this sort of default look. Quite strong and so yeah, we'll go for that. We'll make him look a little bit paler though, almost a bit sickly. Hair, I will go for a bold playthrough. For now, face, we'll do a little bit of randomization, but not too much. There we go, that'll do. Happy with that. Body, a little bit heavier set, a little bit older. Then we get into the fun stuff, which is the stats. Now, I think Atom is going to be a sort of strong, maybe construction worker, I think is what we're going to go for. So let's go for strength, then let's go for construction, and then we should have disassembly somewhere, I think. Where's disassembly gone? Yeah, dismantling, sorry. So we'll go for dismantling. Right, there we go. That's our 3 to get started. And then occupation. Well, it's either labourer or construction worker. I think we're going to go for construction worker. And then, yeah, let's go for it. Most important thing, uniqueness. Now, I think we should go nomad. So we start outside and then we can sort of make our way in to some of the like bigger towns. Then we're going to go for... Do I want to go for peanut allergy when loot is rare and food's going to be hard to come by? Yeah, go on then. Let's go for that. And then I don't think there's anything else which is really going to fit into this character build. So I think nomad and peanut allergy is probably a sensible start. And then we'll start off in Saranac, I think. Obviously out on the outskirts as nomad playthrough. But I think that's a decent start. And let's hopefully spawn into a house that's got at least like a weapon would be helpful. Or spawn into the bathroom. Not going to be great in terms of weapons. Shampoo. Don't really need any shampoo. There's a lot of shampoo. What is going on? I was going to say. It feels like a bit of an attack on my character at this point. Brilliant. Okay. All right. Now this is really an attack on the character, isn't it? Okay, let's do a bit of sneaking. There's a lot of noise outside. Pack of cigarettes and antibiotics is a good start. doesn't seem to be working. Brilliant. Got a locked door straight off the bat, which we can't unlock. Isn't great from a weapons perspective at the moment. An empty bottle could be useful if we find water. A basketball, you kind of have to. Oh, sorry, we've got to take the magic 8 ball as well. Let's be really honest here. Okay, let's start destroying some stuff that we can with our hands. A couple of locks. I thought that was lockpicks then, and I got really excited, but it wasn't. This could be fun, you know, in terms of not having any weapons in this place. A bread knife. Look, we will take it. We'll take the bread knife. Glow stick could be useful at night time. And am I wearing any clothes? Yeah, I've got some clothes on. Helpful. Awesome. Okay, and I've got a saw, so that is quite helpful, and a hammer. So we'll add those to our quick use. Also got an electric drill, which is helpful, so that's probably why I'm able to disassemble some stuff already. And then we'll have a look up here. So cooking oil is quite useful. How are we doing on carry? Yeah, we're fine on carry weight. This is going to be the problem with my loot settings, is that everything's going to be kind of like that, putrid. We're probably going to have to go and find one of the stores quite early on to get there. And today is very much about trying to get through sort of the first day. And we'll see sort of where we go from there. Now we are on 4 times pop, so I'm sort of expecting that we're going to see some zombies kind of straight off the bat. I can see one over there. Let's get ourselves in here. Destroy some of these chairs. And let's hope that in amongst all of this junk, we might have something useful. Could really do with like a... I love a baseball bat. Backpack, happy days. That's great. That's awesome. So we've got increased carry capacity already. Iron scrap's always going to be useful as well, actually. Can't dismantle tin cans yet. Book, let's just not get stressed yet. That's how it works, right? Let's just not get stressed. Bar clamp. Now, I kind of feel like we've got to take that as well as a weapon at the moment. Another 8 ball. We only need one of those. Golf visor. Toilet paper. Comic book. Screwdriver. Yeah, okay, fine. Glow sticks, again, can be really helpful when it's nighttime. So if we're in a particularly dark place, I'm not entirely sure what's happened to the power here, by the way, as well, because I thought that I'd left the power on, but maybe I didn't. So maybe I've just instantly made this harder for myself. Lighter is helpful. Battery, which is all at 100%. It's a good point. Have I got a cell phone? Yes, I've got a cell phone on me. So yeah, okay. Now I think, in terms of our go-to weapon, it might actually have to be that bar clamp for now. We've got a friend who's decided to climb a letterbox. Okay. Let's take you out. Okay. Alright, and that's a house over that way. Oh, is that the shop? If that's a shop, then we're really in luck. Could do with some bandages. A leather scrap, cloth scrap's never a bad thing to have. Got a zombie over there as well. Okay, well, let's hop over to this house. And then I think that's got to be our aim, right, for today, is to try and get over to that shop. And to see if we can get some food, because food will very quickly become a problem for us. With quite a few Zeds around here, so... let's just make sure... oh, it's right next to... gosh, he doesn't want to go down. Whoa! Whoa. Oh no, we got a deep wound already. Ah! We didn't have any bandages or anything like that. Oh, I have got a bandage. But that... yeah, that deep wound is going to be bad news for us. How have they got in the house already? Okay, alright, let's very, very temporarily just go in here. And let's check out what we can do. We have got needle and thread, compression bandage, fine. Right, I could really do with your armour. Now we are in a bit of pain, which is not going to be ideal. So let's bulletproof vest is in good shape though. Let's take that. Okay. Basically I'm just hiding in a shed. That is what's happening at the moment, which is fine. It's a valid strat. I'm a little bit concerned that this isn't really doing the job in terms of its power. But I'm really limited, aren't I, as to what I go for. Try the hammer for a bit. I'm in excruciating pain already, which is kind of sad news for everybody. Okay, right, we're going to scrap that original plan because I didn't realise, but that is just the mausoleum, isn't it, over there, and the graveyard. So instead of going for that garage, which could, to be fair, have something useful in it in terms of weapons, let's use this barrier as a little bit of a protective. So if we see something coming from the left running at us, then hopefully it'll give us a little bit of time to react. I'm not really that worried about these ones. There we go. Okay. Okay. There is a house over there, which might be a shout. One of my concerns at the moment is if we go for the shop straight away, we haven't really got any good weapons. Also with the scratches now, because the deep wound's sort of healing. Yeah, if we went for the shop now and there was an alarm, then this is like, it's probably game over already, right? So I think what we should be doing is this. We're doing the right thing. And we're going to go over to that house. I'm deliberately not trying to get over the barbed wire fence because, ouch. And we can go around it, so that works. Okay. Okay, alright. Let's see if we can get into this little house. And hopefully it will look after us. Some more houses over there as well. And it's 3:40. It's already like almost 4 PM. So like, that's slightly alarming. The house is also quite busy, but we can get in it. I'm in quite a bad way here. So, how is he? I'm so spent in terms of energy. Right. Okay, right. Oh gosh, okay. Okay. We are in a... Okay. Let's pop the lines down. And let's hope that that does something for us, right? Okay. Whoa. Okay, alright, we're okay. We're okay-ish. We're in quite a bad way in terms of like pain. Why did I spawn into a house that had loads of shampoo bottles but didn't have any like medication? That would have been really quite helpful for us. The bulletproof vest probably saved us there, by the way. Cat food. That could be good. We're becoming a bit popular in this neighbourhood, which is a bit of a concern. It's almost like... There we go. Okay, right. Okay, we're already at the door. Listen to the foot. Oh, great. Debit card could really do with some cash right now. It's great. Okay, right. Let's crawl around everywhere. Let's just hope, really, at this point. Losing a window this early on is not ideal. Oh god, he's a big boy. Right. Oh, please have, like, drugs. Please have, like, painkillers or something like that here. No. Okay. Let's just check on the water, by the way. Nothing comes out. I think the water's gone off. Okay, that's him getting through. That's an outside door, right? Close the blinds. Okay, right. Okay, well, we are in a bit of a predicament. It's almost like 4 times pop is asking for trouble. Okay. 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 Pliers, great. Okay. How are we doing in terms of health? Sore. Okay. All right. We're doing okay. Can't believe how dark it's getting already. Like, that is crazy. We've got so many batteries. Good. I swear I set the settings. I think it's maybe because I didn't go for one of the preset ones. I'm not enjoying the thought of sleeping in a house that doesn't have a front door, but equally, at this point, we may just have to be dealing with what we've got, right? Fresh cat food, happy days. We'll take that all day long. We should probably be thinking about bandages as we go. That was a bit of an interesting start. And we haven't got through the first day yet. It's getting dark. There's no bed in here, is there? No. There's no bed in here. Right. How are we doing in terms of... So I'm relatively chilled about my battery, so... Because I've got so many of them, I think we're okay. I wouldn't usually be using a phone battery as like a phone as like a flashlight, but it sort of feels like we've got to. Now, our choice at the moment is to stay here, right, in a house that is definitely not secure, or to gamble, and I think I'm favouring the gamble. What have we got over this way? Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Is this? I think I know that this is like a park of some sort. Yeah, Bowen Hill Park. Okay. Not too sure what this is going to do for us in terms of beds. And oh my goodness, it is dark. No idea how, like, did he die straight away? Probably. Did I go ham to actually make sure he was dead? Yeah. Okay, door's locked. Door's locked. Door's locked. Yeah, obviously for obvious reasons, I don't really want to smash windows here, because, like, I wanted this to be home. But equally, if it can't be, then that's fine. Oh my goodness, a solar. This would be a sick location, wouldn't it? everything is locked and everything needs a lockpick. I mean, yeah, my hammer's not really going to do much, I don't think. Well, I wonder if the saw would do more. No. All I'm doing is making noise. Okay. Absolutely love this. Yeah, I appreciate that my priorities might be wrong. I hear that. I accept it. But let's see if it works. No! Oh, come on, devs. Oh, you're killing me, guys. You're killing me. It's not even a functional inflatable. Maybe we filled it up with cement. Okay, we got friends there. Okay. That house might actually be our only sort of viable choice unless we are up for smashing windows. There is cars over here. The reason why I'm a bit more nervous about cars is, again, because of volume. We're like dealing with 10 times pop. And like, again, 4 times pop. And again, like walking into something like that feels like it could be fatal. Happy days, we've got some tools. Need a heavy hammer, we don't have one of those. Goggles, yeah. Shed. I mean, yeah, this is all stuff that's relatively light that we can sort of take, and we're doing fine in terms of our carry capacity at the moment. Another hammer, that's good. That now means that, like, using this one, I'm a little bit easier about, because I'm always nervous when you've only got like one hammer. I mean, a keyboard. I'm gonna have to take a bread knife, aren't I? I haven't used a knife yet, to be fair. Maybe that is the secret, right? Maybe the secret is the knife. I'll check that. Did I check those? A couple of matches. I've got myself stuck. There we go. I'm out. Oh my goodness. Now look. Hear me out here. I know that this is a cooking implement. Completely get that. But I love this thing as a weapon. Genuinely, it is fantastic. Partially, I will hold my hands up because of the sound effect. Oh my goodness, we got... Oh no. I knew the game wasn't going to be that kind to me. Okay. I really like this as a base location, though. I think it's a shame we can't get into that building. Part of me wants to smash the door down. I appreciate that we can always like put a new door in, but like in terms of tools to do that with at the moment, we're struggling. Like no axe. With an axe, I kind of fancy our chances, right, to get in there and to smash the door down. But you sort of saw how little damage like the hammer was doing. Now, like the risk is, I mean, there's quite a few risks. Which one do you think is going to be alarmed? Hello. Oh my god, where's the other one? Oh, there he is. Listen to that noise and tell me that that is not the greatest weapon noise ever. Oh, some whiskey. He's got a tiny amount. There's about a shot of whiskey in him. Dong, dong, dong. I love it. I absolutely love it. What have we got in here? Limestone. Bear that in mind for when we want to do some like fortifications. Now, if that had an alarm, would that have done it? Oh my goodness, we've got a key. Okay. And we've got loads of fuel. I can't believe it's 6:57 and it's pitch black. That is crazy. Okay, we'll take the key. Oh my goodness, it's that cold. Okay. Okay. This is brutal. Feels kind of unfair. Any of you sprinters? I mean, really like the fact that the snow's helped me in terms of seeing them. Oh my goodness, I'm so exerted. Okay, our vitality needs to be improved. Oh, there we go, we got a sprinter. Okay, right, that's that one down. Should really be checking these to make sure that they're not faking in terms of like their deadness and their death. Because if they are faking, then that is a bit of a problem for us. Like a jacket, I mean a jacket's a jacket. I sort of feel like we've got to wear that because we need to be a bit warmer. Okay. Right. So, the plan is somehow we need to get through this first night. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's 2 down. Gosh, some of them really don't want to go, do they? Let's check. Okay, but we've taken his clothes already, so a bit awkward. Leather shoes. No, they're not going to help us in terms of. Oh my goodness, we are cold, and cold is a problem. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. If we can get them to start sort of breaking out. Because there's a few of them in there. You can hear them. This would be sick in terms of like a... I really like the look of that. Town of Saranac. Like we've got trees nearby as well, so if we find an axe we can do wood cutting, we can make fires if we need to make fires because we've got natural gas there as well. There's nothing plugged into them either. Yeah, you see that's not going to do the job. Industrial cutting tool needed. Okay, right, let's go. Because we're pretty limited in terms of our choices. Let's go. I haven't done my stats either. That would be a really good idea. Strength. So usually what I do with my stats, by the way, is I just sort of go for anything for the first one is the 25% extra. Because if I can get 25% extra for everything that I do, then obviously it means that I'm just going to level up quicker. I always accidentally click that one. So yeah, anything where I can get sort of an increased amount of XP for everything that I do, I will take for that first time because it makes a bit of a difference. Now I picked a basketball up earlier. Oh my goodness, there's basketballs there as well. I could absolutely get distracted and try and play a game of basketball, but that isn't going to help with my survival. However, there is zombies over there, so I'm a little bit scared. So let's go for it. Basketball hold. Other thing is, my ability at basketball in real life and in Vane is awful. Oh my goodness! Have you seen how many zombies there is over there? Oh my goodness! It's more. They're all spawning everywhere. How did I miss that? Is this not helping like keep me warm? I've got to make one shot, right? Surely. This is painful. Okay. I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. It's going to happen. We did it. Right? That went in. Oh, hit the rim. Okay. One last shot. And then I'm going to go and kill this police officer and hope that he's got a nice little baton for me. He doesn't look like he's immediately wearing one. She's trying to hit the fence. That's hate. It hates me. That's proof. Hello, officer. Right. What have you got on you? Bulletproof. Oh my goodness. Yes. 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 We're not going to ask too many questions. We probably should be asking quite a few questions, to be fair. Maybe he was just searching people. And that's what he got. Okay, right. Let's just pop a hat on. Let's hope that helps a little bit with... does that help me with my heat? Nope. Stimulated and now slightly thirsty. Thank you, smoking. It's bad for your kids. Don't do it. Have any of you come out of that building over there, the one that I want to get into? Quickly search you. Can I wear a tank top underneath, maybe? No. Okay. Am I going to have to smash a window? That's a really awkward door for you to have opened. But thank you, I think. I'm probably just supposed to say thank you. Oh, and they've smashed the window as well. Well done, guys. You've done an awful job of trying to preserve the sanctity of what was going to be our base. Like, I know I can rebuild it, but still, how am I gonna spend a night in there? Right, I'm having to be real careful because I'm so easy to exert. And now we've got sprinters coming at us as well. Take vitality, people. Or take the one that gives you stamina. That is my advice. I could hop in the car and just like drive over them. I keep on thinking it says sweater. It doesn't say sweater, it's sweatpants. Okay, right. Well, we'll take these guys out. And then like... at least we'll be able to go inside and at least like turn the heaters on. Got scratches now. I hate the ones that are on the floor. The crawling ones. They get me in Zomboid as well. I know I've got a police baton, and I should probably be using that as a weapon because I'd imagine it's probably better than this. I can't say no to the sound. There we go. We got you at last. Deep wound. I've got another deep wound. That feels harsh, man. Can unlock it though now that I'm indoors. Okay, I've bandaged the wound. Oh my goodness. Why are we so popular? No. Okay. Okay. I think... what time are we at? 12:23 AM. Which is brutal, by the way. Deep wound, which is getting a little bit better with time. I think we've kind of got to get in the car and drive at this point, haven't we? Thank you. That's a lot of zombies that have just... yeah. How do you feel about parking in your kitchen, by the way? Just as a side note. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. Okay, hello, chef. Sorry, chef. You're going to have to go as well. There we go. Right. We've got something to hold on to now. And that is this building. I think we make this place home. Great. I'm pleased I can clean blood with a towel. We seem to be healing from our wound, which is good news. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love chefs. I don't know what this is in terms of like a kitchen. I don't really understand its function. But let's just sit down and let's just see what we can do in terms of our wounds. Right, first aid kit. Where do we go? Yeah, that's not great. That didn't really help us. It was empty. Maybe we should check things before we start celebrating. Okay. Right. Yeah, bread knives. Did I pick up the cat food? But then equally, if I pick up the cat food, I've got nothing in terms of water here. Yeah, nothing. Oh my goodness. Okay. Rotten corn. There's not going to be anything in there. Connected to a tank. That doesn't sound like good news. Okay. All right. There is zombies around there. I think what we're going to have to do is sit bravely in a chair in the office and, fingers crossed, we get left alone for the night. And then we can wake up in the morning. And the plan tomorrow has got to be find some source of water, which I'm hopeful will be in that shop that we saw. That should have water. We've got a car, so we can drive there if we want to and sort of take out zombies that way. I don't particularly like that in terms of the noise that that's going to create, but hey-ho. And then we're going to have to... we're going to have to try and fortify this place, I think, unless we find an alternative. But if we fortify this place, I don't know what we can do with those solar panels and whether we can do anything with them or not. I can see that they can connect, but they're not generating. But then equally, why would they be generating now? Because it's nighttime. So I think that's the plan, right? We survived. We kind of survived the first day, just about. We're in a lot of pain. We've got scratches, but our health is going the right way. We are a bit stressed. I don't really want to drink any alcohol because that's going to make me more thirsty. So there we go. I think we've killed quite a few zombies. Love that pan. I need to stop using that steel pan. I get that completely. But I think we're in pretty good stead, right, for the next day. We've just got a lot to do and a lot ahead of us. Thank you so much for watching episode 1 of this Let's Play. In a couple of hours, when that AM and that sun sort of rises, then you'll rejoin me. And we will have to start looking at fortifying this place and finding ourselves some water sources. But thank you so much for watching episode 1. If you are interested, I'm going to do weekly releases. So be back here. I'm going to aim for every Monday and you can watch them. That'd be sick. Drop a comment down below with any tips you've got, any advice, what you think we should be doing next, whether you think this is a good base location, that'd be cool, or whether you think we should be moving on, because there's going to be quite a lot of work required to turn this into a base location, right? So comment down below with whether you think this is a good base location. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out some of the other videos on my channel, such as the 23 really cool small details that Vane do as a game, and also my 10 sort of introductory tips, which obviously I obeyed all of them here. But thanks very much for watching episode 1, and I'll see you soon, and we'll continue with day 2.